Welcome back to some professional StarCraft 2 from the Dreamhack Valencia Qualifiers. Two players you'd expect to see in any top-tier tournament duking it out in a best-of-5. Needs no introduction, but I gotta justify your likes and subscribes. I give you the finisher, Serral. The heavy favorite in almost everything but maybe an arm wrestling competition, and even then, you know, maybe he'll surprise you. He is up against someone who's given him trouble before, but still definitely an underdog despite his colossal size. Of course, it's the largest personality in StarCraft 2. It's Big Gabe. Well known for his sharp timings and sharper mind. He is a Terran to watch. He's a template Terran. As I like to call them, thinking myself clever. A Terran player that, unlike Maru, for example, you can copy and maybe learn something, especially when he's streaming as well, but from his pro games. A lot of players, good luck. Serral, honestly, Serral's kind of a template player himself. He does pretty well at making it clear why and how he's doing things. It's just he does them so quickly that you can't hope to compete. Unlike a player like Reynor, who some of his flashy micro and obvious speed is something I wouldn't even pretend to try to replicate on the ladder. Well, we're on Pride of Altaris. This is from the European qualifier, so we are still on the old map pool for this one, but of course this is a match I wanted to bring you guys. Who's not going to want to watch HeroMarine versus... I want to know. They've made it this far in. Okay, and they're like, you know what? Actually, I don't see a single Korean player. So I don't really understand how this could be competitive. And also, I'm looking forward to Heart of the Swarm's release next year in 2013. Oh my god, that was 10 years ago. Moving on. Happy 12th birthday, StarCraft 2. And I know many of you are much older than that, but thank you for being here. Zergling spots the most typical of openers. We do have the Reactored Factory Hellions on the way. Overlord Speed from Serral. A little bit of a rarity. It's somewhat expensive at 100 to get before the lair comes out. Big Gabe has been known to go for the big battle cruisers. Especially in these opener games. I've seen it several times. In Dreamhack, even. Just something, and if caught off guard, well, there's the dilemma of, one, you get Overlord Speed, you scout what your opponent is doing, and you're ready to react, but you already spent the money on Overlord Speed, and that reduces your ability to potentially deal with it. There aren't too many things that require an outright, all-out, like, I guess a battlecruiser is on the short list of things that would require a scout like that to really directly respond to. Overlord Speed comes in and sees that Big Gabe is going for almost a painfully standard opener. Now, one key point here is no third command center. With no third command center this early on, Jimmy, can I want to be able to... Oh my god! Actually, no, it's fine. Could you calm down? Everybody, I'm sorry, I apologize. We'll edit it out. We're gonna edit it out. We edit. Okay. No, not Ed. Shut. Hellions working their way around the third. The Queen Moot gathering to repel them. The Overlord Speed has the extra purpose of helping minimize the damage from a Viking, but Viking slides away just as it picks off an Ovi. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a straight up 5 Rex. This is, right now, Serral could, like, we could be playing with the map revealed. That's how little doubt there is about what both these players are doing. The Overlord comes in. It sees 5 racks. It's a tank push. It's a +1, 5 racks, tank push. HeroMarine is going to be relying on his namesake and a few good tanks in order to bring Game 1 home. Meanwhile, Serral wants Baneling Speed. That Overlord speed did delay the lair. The Baneling speed, the +1 Carapace, slightly. But the question, it will simply come down to whether HeroMarine is able to get enough damage done before Baneling speed comes out, or if Serral's able to hold the line and overwhelm. Grabs a couple Hellions, not super cheaply, as he loses several Zerglings with this, but Baneling speed starts immediately. More tanks, and oh wow, not even slapping add-ons on 2 of these racks. Big Gabe in game 1. Just all-out tank push. The Penta racks, when was the last time he's at 44 SCVs, perfect 2-base saturation, and that's it. Is this no medevacs? 2 medevacs popping out. He's already working his way across the map. Bane speed is a minute away. This timing has to be as sharp as possible to cut through Serral. I don't know. The Banelings are on the way. Just gonna try to bide his time. The Queens have a lot of energy for transfuse, but one of them already getting gunned down. Loses one. A lot of the energy already gone. He spent several transfuses to keep things intact. Baneling speed, 30 seconds out. The tank's getting into a pretty nasty position here. Viking on deck as well. Big Gabe continues to reinforce a parade push. 7 Marines at a time. Another Queen down. Bane speed is closing in. Importantly, it also gives HP to the Baneling so they don't get one shot by the siege tanks. Serral is taking a lot of damage. Big Gabe pushing in. Bane speed done. +1 Carapace is another nice one. Some hold position from Serral. He's at 60 drones. His army supply not looking great, but here comes the flank all around. Baneling speed trickling in the front. There's not that many Banelings near the third. The tank's targeting. Reinforcements being taken out. But Big Gabe is tearing through. Wow, 3 Ds out of Serral. And that, I think, is kind of an example of why we don't really see Overlord speed. I'm not going to blame it all on Overlord speed. That was solid, strong execution from the biggest of Gabes. But with Overlord speed, like 90% Serral could have already known. And it might seem like 100 gas is not a lot. But that 100 gas can get you your lair 20-30 seconds quicker. And that can be all the difference. It's so hard to point to. What did Serral do wrong? He got 60 drones. That might have been a bit much. I'm kind of surprised it just ended. Serral is not one of those players you see just die. But from the mind of Big Gabe and its expansive borders, we see he just calculated that Serral would die. He just could. I mean, can we go? I'm getting intimidated. Thank you. Well, that was, that looked like a ladder game. That looked like, I'm just doing my 5-Rex build today. And most Zergs die to it. Just such a sharp execution. In every sense of the word. Well, a rough start for Serral. And that is one of those builds, too. Like, you take that to the bank. You take that to the ladder. And if you're able to get even close to what Big Gabe was able to do there, if you're hitting those barracks timings, I mean, what did he do? He made a few Hellions, danced around a bit, and then pushed out once he had Stim and some tanks. It wasn't particularly complicated, but it was particularly effective. So, Big Gabe steals one away. Game 2. Curious minds. Will Serral take the initiative? I don't know. He was just a bit slow. Another 20-30 seconds, and maybe he has the unit count comfortably with +1 Carapace. I think we'll see at least one battlecruiser game. I think we can't go a best-of-5 TVZ, especially now that he's won a game. Come on, Big Gabe. Well, so far so standard. Overlords hanging out. I mean, that's kind of their entire job. It's not loitering, it's scouting. It's different, Mom. Alright, okay, whatever you say. I have a purpose. Okay, yeah, of course. Just be glad you inherited the flying genes. Reaper. The eternal question. Will it kill one or nunlings? Place your bets. Looking for a drone. Not quite. Another. Oh, almost one. So far, none, though. Queen comes out. 0 kills. Another queen. Firmly, politely, yet firmly asks the Reaper to leave. And the Reaper obliges. Another command center. 3 CC this time around. Okay, alright. I feel the need to fill time by explaining why some players will do this. So, when you drop the mule on the, I believe it's the close patches, the last trip, so this means you will mine the same amount of minerals fast. But that last trip, it will mine the minerals, and then as it tries to return them to the command center, the mule will die. Yes, SC2 is that consistent. You know for sure, like 100%. Oh, it's the creep tumor. So he's trying to mine as many minerals as possible while also not having a bunch of minerals taken into the void or wherever mules go. Mule heaven. Where they bring their minerals to Valhalla or whatever. So that is why occasionally you'll see players do that. Literally micro. Don't try. That's another one of those. Don't try this at home. Okay. If you do it anything less than perfect. We do it with this last one. Let's see. Demonstration. All right. Returns these. No. No. You see? See what happens? See what happens? Those minerals are gone forever. If this game comes down to like 20 mineral difference, well, we'll know why. As that mule has taken them to the afterlife. Like, wow, Winter, that's very exciting. Since I don't play any ladder games, I can, at the very least, comment on further videos when I notice occasionally a Terran player do that. I've learned so much today. I'm going to smash that like button. You're very condescending, Winter. Are you talking to yourself in the third person? I mean, there's only one person here, so I don't know how it could be third person, but 4 Hellions are no longer here, but 7 drones are taken with them. He actually committed to the run-by, which means now Serral is going to creep everywhere and then some. 7 drones. The timing of the drone kills is always very important. Getting 20 drones when your opponent has 60 drones doesn't have nearly the impact as getting 10 when they have 40. It's that, obviously there's a number somewhere, but once they get to 2-3 base saturation, they can just replace those drones. They've already got injects on 3 bases. Yeah, it's not cheap, but trading out your map control for it is a bit of a questionable move, in my opinion. So HeroMarine gambled a bit. I don't think he got as much as he'd like. But here come a couple cloaked banshees. Serral didn't notice yet. He's looking around. The creep, like he's literally on the edge of the creep staring. And then the banshees show up, which definitely unexpected. He had the spores, but maybe he thought it was a bluff. As the queen's not really respecting, but this is another timing when, few drone kills. Pretty good. The banshees can maybe help deny some creep. But, oh god, it's already halfway across the map. 6 minutes in. Serral not happy about that last game. Oh, cloak is down, and so is a banshee. Ah! So is it 69 drones? A nice number to have this early on. +1 on the way. Layer done. Bailing speed. Started. The creep. Pushing, he's going to be at HeroMarine's door. This is what happens. This is why keeping the Hellions alive matters so much. Because the moment you turn your back, the moment you lose those Hellions, well, they're creeping on your front door. Some Jehovah Witness queens over here. Like, have you heard the good word of our Lord and Savior Abathur? It's like, did you? Brenda. Your name, Brenda? Brenda. Oh, hello, Lucille. Didn't you guys used to be able to fly? Sure, but this is better. It's better now. It's better. There's a lot more of us now. Before, you need, like, all this tech. Now we're all over the place. And that's a good thing. Yes. Well, here we are. As the Octo-Rex is coming online. 8 barracks for HeroMarine. This is, like... These two, it's almost like a macro trainer. Both these games. Both these players, the macro players for their race. Serral and Big Gabe both. The depots hold the line. Serral busts through. Marines stuttering back. Drops a supply depot to stop. Well, production was actually stalled for a moment. The Zerglings trying to get around, but the Marines are holding their ground on that double depot. Just not quite enough. Brings a few Hellions back. Not enough to actually deal with the 1-1 Lings comfortably. But we'll clean it up. The tiny bit of creep cleared up is where HeroMarine's going to focus on. Serral at only 68 drones, which, while more than last game, in comparison, is much more conservative. As he's just... In fact, HeroMarine has more workers right now. And even just lost a few. So Serral is very, very focused on crushing this army. We'll see if HeroMarine can realize that and essentially dodge the Lings and Banes for long enough to reach a critical mass. Or if Serral's able to run him over. Wow, the creep is all over the place, but HeroMarine's doing what he can. Concussive shells. HeroMarine working on both sides right now. The double-double. 16 Marines, 2 medevacs. Even a Banshee on this left flank. Is there a 4th command center? No. 71 SCVs. This is full production Terran. Whereas Serral, well, this is a little awkward. This is the creep-phobic area. Where the creep actually doesn't spread in this one little area for some reason that, I don't know, is unknowable. The fans blow away the creep. Wait, did they fix that on the ESL maps? Oh, on the latter version. Bobby, it's okay. You updated the maps. It was great. Good job. I'm not mad. I guess the ESL version had that fixed. But on the latter version, creep gets blown away by the fans there. So, you guys know. You totally ladder, right? Smash that like button if you totally ladder. 100%, bro. Well, Banelings rolling in. HeroMarine with a strong push down the center. A lot of tanks to back this up. I thought Serral might be able to whittle down the army, but no. Here comes Serral looking through. 2-2 against 1-1. HeroMarine driven back. The tanks are not enough to stop the Banes. And the Lings and Blings are just rolling over the creep and onto the Marines. Not enough reinforcements for HeroMarine. He needs to consolidate his forces before they get to his 3rd, but even the Queens are coming up and gunning down some of the medevacts. Down to 130 supply. 225 seconds out, but there might be no units left with which to use it. The Banelings are rolling into the 3rd, trying to save the SCVs. Evacuation. 120 supply. Somehow managed to keep a bunch of them alive. 2-2 is done, but is there simply too much? Banelings are rolling in. What a macro god both these players are. But Serral this time, he goes back to the spawning pool and he pulls out a bunch of Lings and Banelings. And that is the Serral I've been waiting on. Okay. That first game was HeroMarine's macro trainer. This one was Serral's. You can tell by the Shh. Has to. Shut up. After. No. You went to the Nidus worm last week. Nobody makes a Nidus anymore. Okay, after the cat. I don't think Serral will make a Nidus. No, he's not dark. Maybe. The next map is Hardwire, so... Yeah, but nobody, like why would you try to kill a Terran? You gotta kill the ghosts. I know ghosts are scary. Okay, just... Shh. Jimmy! Sorry about that. Now, I don't know how this one's gonna go. But so far... Well, Hardwire is the map. It's the map. It's the late game map. The choke points, the ramps, the half map potential, it's all there. If we were ever gonna see ghosts, well, one, bring detection. And two, it's here. So far, nobody's sending anything out. I wouldn't be surprised if all three, well, minimum of 4 games now. I wouldn't be surprised if every game, though, was 1 Rax expand against a hatch first. HeroMarine is not shy about proxy, but honestly, I don't think against Serral, I think he can compete. That last game, the Hellions were surprisingly... It's another game where I don't think you can pin the whole game on one small decision. Or I think it's one medium size. Like, game 1 was Overlord speed. Game 2 was those Hellions. I don't think you can pin it all on that, obviously. But these two are so figured out. Like, they know exactly what they're going to do. That sometimes, really... like, when they're playing, it's like a control experiment. Whatever changes from game to game is the only variable, much of the time. But that does sometimes make for the most interesting. Is this the battle cruiser game? You gotta foreshadow, potentially. I'm waiting for it. I think battle cruisers are still underused. I think it's just Terran has so many options. Like, battle cruisers are not required. They used to be when they first got buffed to be attacking while moving, very cinematically, and had that tactical jump on a shorter cooldown and instant. Battle cruisers were like the opener. I think you can still find my build order guide for that, which still applies, by the way. It's just battle cruisers are not quite as strong as they once were. A little bit longer cooldown on the tactical jump. Overall. Mostly they just got figured out, and a lot of Zerg players would just go kill you if they noticed you were going battle cruiser, which was most games. But enough about that, and more about this. HeroMarine is faking a 1-1-1. He's going... Is this an even quicker tank push? He's got 2 more racks on the way. He took 2 gases in the main. Serral going to Overlord speed. He's going to be able to spot this all. Like, this is clearly being hidden from Big Gabe, but the Overlord speed should be able to see it. So he does not want this spotted. Interested to see if it's a very quick push or he's just trying to throw Serral off. Overlord speed is already on the way. No Marines to stop the OV. A Viking coming up. Serral. He's like, Oh, wait a sec. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Excuse me, sir. What are those? So what do you do? Quick lair for banelings? Is that the play? I like to pretend I'm playing. I know, crazy, right? And then based on what Serral does, I know if my calls were right or wrong. I think where you go with this is you try to get baneling speed as quick as possible. That upgrade is just such a big deal. There's a reason that almost every key unit for Zerg has a speed upgrade. Okay? Closing the distance and maneuvering. Oh my god, is that a roach one? Okay. Alright, so we're not going... Like, this is definitely something different. We'll see if he has a baneling nest on, but the roach warren is an interesting call. The Hellions are slipping by. There should be enough Zerglings. In fact, it doesn't bother off the creep. HeroMarine hunting for Ovies. Has 1 kill so far on the Viking. No Bane Nest at all. Just roaches. Interesting. He's gonna go with the most brute force approach. When does he stop drones? Rarely are you gonna go roaches. It's been a long time since roaches were the macro play. Yeah, double marine drop. Oh my god, to the sweet spot. The Reaper Cliff. The rest stop over here. The roaches are out. Maybe he suspected this was the play. Roach speed is coming up. The Marine's still very annoying to deal with. Hellions working in towards the third. Serral. Evo chamber to block. Lings responding. Hellions running by, but the Lings are able to muck things up just enough. Loses 3 drones, but it could have been much worse. Serral on the ball here. +1. +1 for Big Gabe. Serral at 70 drones. He's adding the Baneling Nest now. Wow, roaches as just kind of a stopgap measure into Lingbane. He wants to try to overrun, or at least bully the mass marine style. He's gonna force siege tanks out. So when you force those siege tanks out, you do want to have a follow-up. Roaches at some point just don't deal with the tanks very well. Infestation Pit is already on the way. Roaches do suffer from a severe lack of being able to shoot air units. Marines on the right flank. And on the left. The double-double once again. HeroMarine. No cancel for Serral. That's a decent amount of resources lost for someone with only 64 drones. That is not insignificant. Infestation Pit drops again. HeroMarine left flank. 1 Marine in the main. Big Gabe himself bullying the queens out of the way. Eventually they take their vengeance, but only because he lets them. Right now, HeroMarine is about even in workers. He's got 1-1 on the way. The roaches, I think they were here to kind of keep map control, but they're failing. That's the simple version. HeroMarine is running them around without being threatened on the other side. There's simply not enough roaches to threaten the other side of the map and defend against the drop simultaneously. He would have to sacrifice too much. And this is just... It feels very awkward here for Serral. He's stuck with all these roaches. He has worse upgrades. He has less workers than a Terran who opened up on 2 base. And his 4th base is still not done. This does not feel great for the Finnish Zerg player here. Yeah, there's some Ravagers, but the tanks not sieging when they can be picked off so easily. Supply blocked. Yeah, fires some shots, but ate a lot of damage from the combined efforts of the Marines. The target fire has to cancel the base. Big Gabe, another sharp play here, and just slices out a hatchery. It doesn't feel like Serral. I guess that's quite a backhanded compliment to Serral. And maybe underselling the pressure Big Gabe is putting on. There are Vipers on the way. Serral is investing harder into the Roach Ravager, feeling like he doesn't really have the space to go Lingbane all out right now. He doesn't have the economy. He's got to go with the Roach Ravager and try to pick good fights. 2-2 stocks for Big Gabe. +2 Carapace is on the way. The Viper may have been spotted. Another Marine army heading out in the center. Another set of Stim Marines. The Roach Ravager. Good luck. Like, this army is just straight up better. Even army supplies? Baneling speed is done. +2 Carapace is done. Adrenal glands on the way, and the Vipers are the kicker. The Vipers need to get involved. Without them, this army, he's not going to slip. That 4th hatch is incredibly important and incredibly vulnerable. The Banelings are coming in. Marines are swinging around the right flank, and the Ravagers very clunky to engage with. The tank spread, I can't believe it's not butter. A single Ling dealt with on the other side. The Viper, Parasitic Bomb on the Medevac splits it off. Superficial damage. Is the Parasitic Bomb even the real value here? Blinding Cloud on just 2 tanks. Serral desperate for anything. And coming up empty? If 2 tanks is empty, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that is much less than he would like to catch. HeroMarine playing an immaculate game. Honestly, even that last game that he lost, I don't think he was playing particularly badly. It's just he didn't stack up quite well enough against Serral and his huge commitment. Once again, Serral is in the 60 drone range, which is not ideal. He has an army that is entirely dependent on HeroMarine being out of position. The Ravagers looking for an opportunity. HeroMarine still engaging, knowing that the Roach Ravager, there's just nothing that can really touch him besides 20 Banelings in his third. Yeah, that reaches out and grabs a big chunk of HeroMarine's economy. And that single move may keep Serral going. Yeah, I think losing 20 SCVs at once is something HeroMarine is going to have to kind of take stock of here. He's got a sensor tower. I think, well, you actually have to go buy the sensor tower with the Zerglings. It's beautifully placed. At first, I thought it didn't cover everything. No, it's near perfect. It covers everything. No ground unit can pass by anywhere but the right side of the map, which is already well defended. So Big Gabe covering his bases. Serral almost corrosive biling his own Viper to death. Gotta be careful about that. Ghosts in production. There they are. Tank goes down. The ghosts. Okay, ghosts are fine. They're quite good against the Zerglings. Only 2 hits to kill. The Viper's looking around. Serral still holding on. 65 drones. Adding a few more. Starting to feel the economic pinch right now. HeroMarine. Ah, yes. The Mule Mountain range here. As the income shooting up and down based on how many mules are dropped. But in general, HeroMarine has more workers. He has a beautiful army. Serral's going to have to take a dreamlike engagement. Chitinous plating is done. Max energy Vipers gets a blinding cloud right before the snipes come through. More snipes. Triple kill on the Ravagers. Banelings, Ravagers, whatever he can morph, put it on the field right now. Infestors, pathogen glands. Does he have any infestors in production? He does not. Looking for whatever he can get. Oh, pulling back. We have the ghost behind the tank line. Runs deep. Almost no other bio units here. Corrosive bio landing on a lot of important things. The Zerglings and Banelings are thinning out. The Ravager count is still pretty high. A few more snipes. The reinforcements are somewhat thin for HeroMarine. Serral drives back this army. But we have to ask ourselves that question. At what cost? He's lost 3,000 more minerals. About even on gas so far. The Vipers back with decent energy. The medevac count is still quite high. A juicy target for Parasitic Bomb. Beautiful placement. HeroMarine slipping on the Parasitic Bomb micro. Not able to deal with it. Loses many of his medevacs. The rest bruise. The Queens come out and Serral pulls it together. He slaps a defense out of almost nothing. And right now it's enough. By the edge of his creep. To hold. By no means is he out of the woods. But right now... he's stepping out of the forest. Oh, that sounded a lot more profound in my head. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I didn't think about it before I said it. There's no time for that. But we'll have to see if the tech tree is enough. He's got a solid trunk of it here in order to... Or does he need to branch out? Now, at this point, he pretty much Alright, +2, melee attack, +3. He's got ultra speed and chitinous plating. HeroMarine was driven back, but yet again, look at the creep. The way you can tell in most TVZs is the creep. If it's pushing well over halfway across the map to the doorstep of the Terran, well, while the Zerg hasn't won, they've got full map control. Well, right now, Serral is barely pushing past his bases. It's still on the same screen. HeroMarine has pushed all the way to that side of the map, and besides, a single Baneling run-by has been untouched economically. He is focused on building the Ghost Ball. Not the mech-flavored one we've seen Maru using, but instead, we have just the straight-up bio into Ghosts. Oh my god, does he notice? We're gonna go to the HeroMarine camp. I don't think he noticed. They're Burrowfesters. If he could use the Infestors to knurl a Ghost, to EMP the Ghost, how huge a play would that be? Oh my god. This is happening. Do it. Oh my god, he's no, Serral. Well, that wasn't the ideal usage for Infestors I've ever seen. What could have been the most clickbait-worthy play. Instead, he just kind of slides into the scan. Cloak Ghost, looking for an opportunity, snipes the Viper, the highest priority target. Oh no, Serral once again. He's got to slap something together. There's some Infestors on the other side, but... what are you going to fight? 4 orbitals? Oh, I'm sorry, 3 orbitals and a planetary? You're going to fight the tanks? You're going to fight the ghosts? Take your pick. HeroMarine just knocks out a base. He's threatening another. The Queen could bring the Marines back to deal with it. Looks like he will. Meanwhile, the rest of the army coming down. The Liberator's still intact. There's no other anti-air here, awkwardly. The Ultra's trying to bust through. Meanwhile, a bunch of... Oh my god. I just see a lot of blood. AoE 4 players, look away. A lot of blood. Terran and Zerg, they all bleed red. But I think a lot more Zerg in this scenario, based on the supply. Yeah, huge losses for Serral. He lost so many Zerglings there, fighting into a planetary. It's not over yet. He tries to press the issue. But HeroMarine presses right back. Throws out a fungal, but the snipe still goes off. Gets the Ultra. A few bio units here are not going to make the difference. Another Widowmine. The Widowmines took a big chunk out. We have to look at the units lost. 500 Zerglings, 7,000 more minerals. HeroMarine has lost 1,000 more gas, which, if we go to the very low... Oh my god! There are Infestors everywhere. This is like Carbot. You know, the documentary. Get your... By the way, if you're watching this on the first day or first couple weeks, thank you, by the way. Like, subscribe, and also go buy the Carbot Marine. Pause this video. The Carbot Marines. The plushies are out. The tag team duo, Patches and Crackhead. They have a little Velcro gun. It's so cute. Before I buy all of them, you need to get your orders in. I mean, I've already bought 4, but... a beautiful fungal! If you're watching this in 2025, you missed out, though. Alright, you can probably find one for $3,000 on eBay. Fusion Core! Probably for advanced ballistics. Not as exciting. The Infestors are sharking around right now. Serral is still alive. I mean, technically, he's been doing a whole lot of not. Oh, beautiful fungal! Oh my god! It couldn't have been much better than that. But, at the end of the day, this medevacs for all policy over here from HeroMarine. Oh, a panic select all army hockey. Thing is, each of these battles is... Oh, if only there was any parasitic bomb. Oh no, the Widowmines are recharging. That is not where you want to stand, Serral. It's like 9. He even saved some SCVs. He's dropping the mules. Looks like the mule peaks were thinning out. Fix that. Ah. The Liberator siege amp again. Serral has... He's held his own, but HeroMarine, he has how many orbitals? 7 orbitals. He couldn't get very many morbitals. The ghosts are slowly filling up the army supply. Actually, he's down to 6. He's lost a surprise. 22 ghosts have died, which is an uncomfortably high number. But HeroMarine is continually maxed out with money in the bank. He's building turrets to... Oh my god, the liberation. The overlapping fields of freedom. Liberating Zergs from their lives. Ah, beautiful fungal. Corrosive bio. Banelings closing. But the Liberators. He's playing Ring Around the Liberator here. Neural Parasite's a Liberator. So that's something. Says, I'm taking this one to the next game. Because this one is over. HeroMarine on match point after 3. Oh, Serral. Honestly, Serral's looking like a ladder player right now. The Roach choice is a bit questionable to me. Like, I thought he might try to turn that into a big timing to overwhelm HeroMarine before he could take a third. Like, to slap down the medevac plays and then overwhelm the army. But he just kind of, both because of HeroMarine and by active decision, he decided to sit back and try to play it out, which, yeah, we saw how it went. Not incredible. That's why you have me here, for these dramatic assessments. Thank you for watching. Game 4. Serral. Let's pull it together. We do have quite a series on our hands. What do you like? It feels like Serral is hamstringing himself. Not intentionally, but through his decision making, where he decides on like cutting drones. Game 1, he droned up too hard, and then the last 2 games he's cut drones quite hard. The difference though was he went for the roaches, and roaches just don't. Like, they have an expiration date. Ravagers extend that expiration date pretty far down the line. But at some point, a competent Terran player, sooner or later, will take advantage of it. Medevacs can fly. Tanks are tanks. Ghosts eventually exist. Usually something like lurkers or just mass hydraling Bane is your answer. You want to find a timing before a Terran can establish, especially a 4th base. But we'll see. No proxies. No cheese. No crazy openers of any kind. The clickbait for this match is going to have to be 2 players play 5 games in a row like they're on the ladder. Oh my god, am I assuming Serral will win this game? It depends. Berlingrad, a lot of open space. Decent to work with. Not nearly as rough as you saw so many times. The Zerglings just getting caught. So many of them going down because they had to run up a ramp or around a curve, like little outcropping area. Berlingrad does not have nearly as many issues on that front. I wouldn't be surprised if HeroMarine just tries another 2-base timing before the map opens up too much. Ah, yes. All right, place your bets. Gets 1. All right, does anybody have 2? Any big gamblers out there going for 2 kills? Oh, even crazier, a drone. One. Alright, safe bet. He actually brings the first queen down from the main to creep the natural and injects with the second queen, which kind of baited HeroMarine. Well, did he see it? I don't know. But that way he can cover for the first queen. Just making sure that tumor is as protected as possible against those pesky Reapers. By the way, HeroMarine mined through the little mineral wall, which has the indicator of only 5 minerals, a single trip, so the Reaper can maneuver a little easier. Three CC again. HeroMarine has been... he hasn't been entirely committed to it, but it is kind of the default build. Is it battlecruiser time now? Not this time. Stim on the way. Viking. How about... Alright. Alright, close your eyes. Okay. Alright. The Vikings coming out. More mules are dropping. Okay, HeroMarine. Close your eyes. Gonna add on another depot on the low ground. Barracks 2 and 3. Okay. And after 4 Hellions, gonna switch off and start with the Tech Lab Factory while adding on the engineering bay. He likes at the natural. He likes to put it at the back of the natural. Some players will put it in the wall, but I bet he puts it at the natural. Let's take a look. We got 2 Rex, Tech Lab, no NG bay yet. A little off on that. Ah, he goes at the back of the main. And he goes at 2 NG base. I guess because he is going 3 CC. This isn't a 2 base timing where you try to just get a single upgrade and go. Yeah, it makes sense. That was my missed call there. Alright. Serral adding on his 4th base. And it looks like we're going to have the typical dance barracks 4 and 5. Alright, Serral. Alright, adding evolution chambers. Lair finishes up in a few more seconds. A decent amount more drones. And then we're going to get enough lings to deal with it. Lair finishes. Starting Baneling speed. And 1 more round of injects. And then moving the queens to push the creep. All right. I read the script. It was every game these two play. At least 80% of them. Here we go again. So far, HeroMarine playing a perfect match. Has lost nothing. Serral lost 100% of the units in the game. 5 Zerglings. And an Overlord. Playing Bane. Building a number. Serral, 64 drones seems to be the one. HeroMarine has actually stopped SCV production. Has focused entirely. I believe Serral. He hasn't actually seen the Rax count. But he started just building Lings and Banes. He's responding directly to what HeroMarine's bringing here. He's making sure he doesn't over-drone. Now, HeroMarine has a pretty sharp timing. We've seen him just thrust up the center like this Big Gabe with his big, strong push. But we'll have to see. This time with Baneling speed, and that is the kicker. Around the back! Ooh. Banelings are rolling in. The queens are holding the line. The pincer! And Serral crushing HeroMarine between the jaws of Lings and Banes. The queens shooting down as much as they can over the top. And doesn't need the upgrades to just overwhelm that army. Is there an armory? Yes. So that means HeroMarine can get 2-2 and still maintain some sort of advantage here. Though That window is closing. It looks like another game where Serral will be able to get a creep most of the way across the map. Remember, you can really define these TVZs with the creep spread. Mm-hmm. 2-2 on the way for Big Gabe. Big Baneling counterattack here, though. A single tank. A few Zerglings trying to zone. Double drop. Picked up. Single medevac to the north. The dance back and forth. HeroMarine knows he needs to keep as much of Serral's army back at home as possible. He's quite bare bones on his side of the map. Really not that much army supply at all. Serral doesn't want to risk a critical mass of Marines gunning through essentially all his queens and defenses, though. So he has to keep some of these at home. He's going to lose a couple queens anyways. Looking for a third. HeroMarine slurps up the Marines and gets out. Baneling still looking. Oh, that's a changeling. All right. Oh, scary. Another drop flies. HeroMarine. Loses some of the Marines. He flew, though. He loaded up the medevacs past an overseer, which is not very convenient timing. But I mean, I guess there is no anti. He killed some of the queens. There's only a couple left out on the map. There's no Hydras. There's no Mutas. The splits from both sides are middling at best. HeroMarine not getting nearly what he wanted there. 100 lings on the field. 130 Zerglings. Oh my god, Serral. He knows what he wants. And what he wants. Are we sure this isn't DRG? Yeah, what he wants is more Zerglings. The minefield. HeroMarine testing out his Minecraft skills here. Good fallback option. Drilling Claw's done. 3-3 starts immediately. Hive is finishing up, though, so Serral won't have too much of a gap on his tile. Oh, no, the Marine's looking the other way. This is not a planetary, and that's so many Banelings. A lot more than Marines. Select all army hockey here from Big Gabe, looking for opportunities. Try to run the SCVs away at the lower zone depots. A dozen SCVs down so far. Will that be the end of it for now? Depots repaired as the SCVs are healed. Negating as many of these Widow Mines as possible. HeroMarine holding on, but is one bad fight away from disaster. Oh, not ideal. Several Banelings, so those aren't free, but obviously would have liked to keep those Marines alive. Serral's approaching a max out with 88 drones. Full 4-base saturation. HeroMarine is just putting together what he can get. That's a lot of Zerglings, and a lot of Zerglings running away. As the Marine count is too damn high. Another group of Lings and Banes. HeroMarine doing what he can to try to keep this at bay. The planetary's done. Oh, the Widow Mines. 2 out of 3. Oh, the last one unburrows. Look at a shot off. It does! A huge shot. Maybe just in time. More Widow Mines burrowing. Dealt with by the Banes, but it does cost that critical mass. More Marines scrambling into the third to deal with the Zerglings here. Banelings trickling in behind. Widowmine looking for an opportunity. Splits off the Zergling, and Serral will be able to roll through. The Marauders trying to hold. Couple Banelings make it. A ghost shows up to the party. Marines are holding, and HeroMarine isn't dead yet, but the creep continues encroaching. It's a little bit closer. Every few seconds, each one of these attacks could be the last. The ghosts sprinting as fast as they can alongside the stimmed bio over to the left flank. Is there enough Marine Marauder? He doesn't have 3-3 done. He doesn't have an upgrade advantage, which means the surround is just going to be too much. Not raising the deep ups. But the Zerglings will gnaw on them anyways. Widowmines. Serral drawing them into the army. A lot of army in the medevacs here. Kind of allowing the Zerglings just to get a surround on it. A round of Banelings. Serral. Blings and blings. Into the natural, gets 12 SCV. Somehow HeroMarine holds it together. Burrowed Zergling, Creep Tumor on the low ground of HeroMarine's third. Ultralisk Cavern is done with Chitinous Plating on the way. 3-3 closing in for Serral. And the last advantage that HeroMarine is likely to get, and in quite a while, is about to evaporate. That upgrade advantage will no longer exist in just a few more seconds. He's gonna try something to the north. Parasitic Bomb, though. Vipers are here. Carapace 3. Finishing up. A couple Widowmine's Banelings crashing into the ghosts. HeroMarine just never seems to have quite enough. Serral is taking both corners of the map. Oh my god. The burrowed Zergling. HeroMarines aren't... Oh my... That... The Zergling that broke Big Gabe's spirit. Well, it comes down to this. We will have to see. As we go into the decider. I guess 5 games it is. I don't know. It feels like if Serral's just allowed to go straight into the mid-game, he's just a little bit better. He just has a few too many Zerglings. His upgrades are in time. If he's not stuck dealing with a super early 2-base time, like in game 1, or he doesn't decide roaches are for some reason the way to go, like in game 3, HeroMarine is struggling. He's very close, but it's not close enough in these longer matches. Well, at least the longer matches where Serral is able to get his Lings and Banes in high numbers. Anyways, enough saying the same thing 14 different times. Let's say something new. Game 5. The decider. This is the losers, but whoever loses this gets knocked out. Which would be a tragedy for either. But that's how it goes. If you're think about it, if you're HeroMarine here, what do? Is now the time to break something out? Or on 2,000 atmospheres, which not it made it through the veto process. Only 2 maps were vetoed. Blackburn, we can do by process of elimination. Blackburn and Glittering Ashes, interestingly. So it'll come down. Nope, no proxy, anything. No early pool. Not even going for, like, a quick pull behind the hatch. No. Standard. Here we go again. 5 in a row. Thank you for experiencing this with me. I hope you've enjoyed. And I hope Game 5 lives up to the hype here. And I hope to continually bring you good games for the fans. Either way, it'd be awesome. You made it this far. If you find any of my casts in the recommended videos, YouTube says that's what I need to focus on. So if you see that on the sidebar over there, that'd be awesome. In general, if you didn't like it, I'm down for constructive feedback. You made it this far. Like, I just woke up and your video was on Winter. Maybe you could speak up so I could hear you. Well, otherwise, thank you guys. I didn't know how long this series was, but here we are. An hour in, I think. So, knowing these two, it could be another. I hope not. I sure hope not. But thank you for watching. All right, get your punch cards out, or bingo cards, or whatever it is people gamble with. Scratch tokens. Did anyone have 0 lings? Any 0 lings in the audience? Well, you win this time. Dreamhack. Well, looks like we're gonna have the most passive opener of any game so far. 3 command centers. The Reaper not even trying to reach out and deal with the creep tumor. Here we go again. This is your template. Take it to the left. Oh, wait. Well. So far, so standard. I don't think it's going to be Battlecruiser. There's no second... Oh, wait. Interesting. But that's just enough to be able to get stim here. So I may have just... Yeah, that's... Only 2 gas. A Marauder. A Marauder. No, I don't think that's a misclick. I think that's something. That is something. Of note. Noteworthy, even. Is he scared of roaches, or is this like a Hellbat all in? Oh, how I would have to eat my shoes if I ever wore any. If it ended up being a Hellbat all in. I've said many times that, at least in the early game, the Hellbat is a unit that would be better off. Like, if it required a fusion core, then maybe it would be used appropriately, but no, people just do better. Oh my. He's got a Was he faking a Liberator? What are you going to build out of that? A Medevac. Yeah, but he started a Liberator. Why wouldn't you just build the Medevac? I don't know. Big Gabe works in mysterious ways. It's a knee-breaker Hellbat all in. He's gambling it all. I can't blame him. If Serral is not going for Overlord speed this game. I think he's confident. I know the build. I know what he's up to. Oh my god, Serral knows his timing so well. Oh my god. Oh, so by building at that time, he's threatening like it was a Liberator. In fact, he started a Liberator. Because otherwise, you'd probably use the starport to build add-ons, or build even like a tech lab for Banshees. But because he started a unit, he's implied there are Liberators. Serral has Spore Crawlers and Liberator positionings. He's building Evo Chambers. He's getting a 4th. He's getting 7 more drones. Big Gabe with the huge plays. There's so many Hellions. The Queens can't run. They're already so slow and they're only getting slower. The only saving grace is the Baneling Nest being done. The Banelings are morphing. The Hellbats up in their face. They be grilling. Well, the Bats be chill. Well, oh, they finish. A lot of damage there, but the concussive, the Marauders were hitting the Extractor, so not ideal. Oh, I thought this would do way more damage, but Hellbats suck. I stand by my original statement. Okay, Hellbats are terrible. This could have... I mean, I don't think this was perfect. Not a big game. And in fact, it looks like there might just barely be enough to break through. There's that awkward... What are you going to attack? Hellbats? With drones? Is that what we're going to do? Oh my god, he is. He's just trying to buy whatever time he can. Some more queens are coming out. Banelings are desperately morphing. Serral almost slapped together a defense. But he has 68 drones. He got so greedy. He was so ready. It's just like ladder. Oh my god. This was the big bamboozle from Big Gabe. He convinced Serral he was just playing ladder games. And then HeroMarine comes in with a finisher. From the top rope, the Hellbat all in. And he takes it and knocks Serral out. Oh my. Oh, that has to sting. It has to burn. You want some aloe vera for that, Serral? You can maybe go buy some with all the time you're not qualifying for this tournament. Big Gabe comes through. A perfectly executed, like, so high-level play that only someone of, like, Serral's caliber would have been fooled. Because it was a slightly different timing than, like, a rush to it. Oh my, beautifully done. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be awesome if you could check out this. Jimmy, put the video up. Like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Good luck. Yeah, we already said that. I'll see you next time. Hellbats, yes or never? Stay chill.